Shalom. It's your brother Wild Rumya, back with another lesson. Lord willing to be edifying. I want to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Maharukakodash, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth, and Shalom to you, Akim and Akwaf, that believe and have faith in Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. As you see on the screen, it says China rewriting the Bible. Who else has seen this? And this is blasphemy, man. And we're gonna get into Moab today, man. So let's get into it.
Them and to prevent them from becoming Christians.
In one example from a high school textbook, a Communist Party revision of John chapter 8 about the woman caught in adultery says, Jesus once said to the angry crowd who was trying to stone a woman who had sinned, "He who is without sin among you, let him cast a stone at her." When his words came to their ears, they stopped moving forward. When everyone went out, Jesus stoned the woman himself and said, "I am also a sinner."
We have seen the escalation. The Bibles for children is totally forbidden, and all the Bible apps were forcefully removed from every e-commerce app store. Millions of Chinese Christian children were forced to sign a form renouncing their faith.
Although the Moabites are heathen, it is some Israelites scattered among them because a lot of Moors had conquered that area in the ancient world, man. So you're gonna have some Israelites that look like Moabites, man. Especially the Japanese, man. They're Ammonites, but you'll see a lot of those Jakes are over in those lands, man. So the Israelites are scattered everywhere, but we're focusing more on the heathen, man. You Moabites that are heathen. Let's get into this.
Here's some fucked up shit. Check this out. Alexa, when will World War III start?
World War III will commence on March 1st, 2024, when the Chinese invade the United States from within by activating countless sleeper cells. This will be followed by full military invasion on both coasts by Russia and China. The attack will be devastating and incorporate weapons never before seen by mankind. Humanity as we know it will be forever changed and never return to its former glory as the Republic of China will rule going forth.
And you heard at the end, she said, and China will rule going forth. I'm going to play this video one more time. And let me see if all the volume up on it. Yeah, but it says it's going to be an invasion. Man, they can't say really it's a time, man. Esau think he has things in his control, but he doesn't. I'm going to play this video one more time so you can see if you can catch it. But they're saying China will rule next. The Moabites. Let's get into it one more time.
Here's some fucked up shit. Check this out. Alexa, when will World War III start?
World War III will commence on March 1st, 2024, when the Chinese invade the United States from within by activating countless sleeper cells. This will be followed by full military invasion on both coasts by Russia and China. The attack will be devastating and incorporate weapons never before seen by mankind. Humanity as we know it will be forever changed and never return to its former glory as the Republic of China will rule going forth.
As you see, they're saying China is going to rule going forth. And they're saying in Amazon Alexa doesn't change our mind shit several times, man. So these things, they can't predict when the Lord is going to bring forth the Battle of Armageddon, man. But they have little, little insight on when they're going to attack each other. And that's all up to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. But check this out, man. These are the Moabites, man. And you see the hog is eating with a Moabite, man. And his damn leg is all in the goddamn soup or pot or whatever, man. These motherfuckers is heathen, man. I'm going to play it one more time, man. Because you can't make this shit up. If you didn't see it, you would have thought I was bullshitting you. Play it one more time. And look like they eat noodles or something. He grabbing the shit from over on his side, man. He's some nasty, man. He nasty, man. And our scriptures clearly tell you don't eat the hog, man. But shit, they eating with the hog, man. So these people, man, are not our people, man, and we're not to have any mercy on them as well, man. They're not our people. We are separated for those people, man. Just like all the other people. The Lord has separated us, man. He chose us, not them. This is Genesis. Let's go back to the beginning. Genesis 19, and I'm gonna drop down to verse 36, man. And this is I'm not gonna get the whole history of it, but basically we're just gonna start at the beginning of Lot and his daughters, man. And I mean, everybody should have pretty much unheard this story before, where the time of Sodom and Gomorrah, when the Lord rained fire from heaven and destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities. And Lot and his daughters thought that the whole earth was destroyed. So they slept with their father. And basically that's incest. So that's the reason why those Chinese, so-called Chinese and Japanese and North Koreans, all those people stem from the Moabites and the Ammonites, man. Let's get it. Let's start at verse 36. It says, "Thus were both the daughters of Lot with child by their father. The firstborn bare a son and called his name Moab." And that's that's the father of the Chinese, man. They are Moabites. The same is the father of the Moabites until this day. See that? Their father is the Moabites, man. I mean, it's Moab. I'm sorry, Salakia. And that's what they call the Moabites. And the younger, she also bare a son and called his name Benamin. The same is the father of the children of Ammon until this day. So the Japanese and Chinese stem from these two sons, man. The daughter of Lot, man. And that's why they look like they have like Down syndrome, man. Their eyes are chingy because they had an incest with their father, man. That's the reason why they had those tight eyes, man. And that's not harping on anybody that has Down syndrome, but those people, that's why they look like that, man. They look like they had Down syndrome because they was incest babies. So you know what I'm saying? So you kind of got an idea of why they look like that. The chinky eyes and shit. And the motherfuckers ain't got no sense, man. The news and the American news, which is the Edomites, they build up the Chinese and Japanese to seem like they are so smart and all. They just have all the knowledge and wisdom and understanding, which they are lower. They are not low as Esau, but they're on pretty much the same level, man, of being under us, man. They're on the same level. They are heathen, man. Jacob is a salt of the earth, not no Moabite and not no Edomite, man, or Ammonite. They are under us, man, and they've always been under us. This is Judges 3, and I'm gonna drop down to verse 15. Let's start verse 15. And y'all gotta have to bear with me on these words, man, on these names, because they kind of hard to, you know what I'm saying, to pronounce in some cases, man. It says, "But the children of Israel cried unto Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, and Yahweh by Shem Yahushua raised them up a deliverer, Heed," or let me make sure I'm pronouncing it close so you can kind of get an idea.
Ehud.
Ehud. Let me read it again, man. It says, but when the children of Israel cried unto Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, Yahweh by Shem Yahushua raised them up a deliverer, Ehud, the son of Gear, a Benjamite, a man left-handed, and by him the children of Israel sent a present unto Egon. I'm not going to go through every word. I'm going to get as close as I possibly can to a pronunciation of it. Egon, the king of Moab. But Ehud made him a dagger, which had two edges and of a cubic length, and he did gird it under his raiment upon his right thigh. And he brought the present unto Egon, king of Moab. And Egon was a very fat man. So this guy was a humongous man. And we're going to go into of Moab's god as well. But this is a very fat man, man. And you notice, I'm not saying this is him, but if you notice, they worship these men, fat people. In other words, man, that's why Buddha is a god of theirs as well, man. And we're going to get into his god, but as you say, this is their king. Eglon was a very fat man, and when he had made an end to offering the present, he sent away the people that bear the present. So Eglon was the king of Moab, and he sent away the people that received the present from Ehud. Make sure I pronounce it. At least I pronounce
Ehud.
Salaki. Pronounce our people correctly. Ehud. It says, but he himself turned again from the quarrels that were by Gilgal, and said, I have a secret errand unto thee, O king. Who said, keep silent? And all that stood by him went out from him. And Ehud came unto him, and he was sitting in a summer parlor, which he had for himself alone. And Ehud said, I have a message from the power unto thee. So he had a message from the Lord unto him. And check this out. And he arose out of his seat, and Ehud put forth his left hand and took the dagger from his right thigh and thrust it into his belly. Check this out. And he hath also went in after the blade, and the fat closed upon the blade. So he was so fat, when he stuck the dagger in him, it closed up on the blade, man. He was so fat, so that he could not draw the dagger out of his belly. So he was so fat, as soon as he stabbed it, the fat covered him. And you could just imagine how he looked, man. He was just a fat guy. And when he stabbed the dagger in him, the fat covered the dagger, so he couldn't even pull it out. And the dirt came out. So he was a nasty motherfucker, man. So stabbed the dagger in him, and the fat covered up, and the dirt came out of him, man. It says, then Ehud went forth through the porch and shut the doors of the parlor upon him, and locked them. When he was going out, his servants came. So the king's servants of Moab came out, and when they saw that, behold, the doors of the parlor were locked, they said, surely he covereth his foot in his summer chamber. And they tarried until they were ashamed, and behold, he opened not the doors of the parlor. Therefore they took a key and opened them, and behold, their Lord was fallen down dead on the earth. See, the Lord had a message for Eglon. I pronounce it like it, Eglon. And so Ehud was to put him to death with that dagger that he had. So he put him to death in his own chamber, man. So his soldiers came and they couldn't get into the chamber, so they unlocked it, man. And they found their Lord, they're dead. Let me continue on. He says, and Ehud escaped while they tarried and passed beyond the quarrels, and escaped into Sirarath. And it came to pass when he was come, that he blew a trumpet on the mountains of Ephraim, and the children of Israel went down with him from the mount, and he before them. So as Ehud went to the top of the mountain, he blew the trumpet for the children, for the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, to basically join him, man, because he was a Moabite. I mean, not a Moabite, he was a Benjamite, man. He was from the tribe of Judah. Not from the tribe of Judah, but he was a Jew, man. So verse 27 again, it says, and it came to pass when he was come, that he blew a trumpet in the mountain of Ephraim, And the children of Israel went down with him from the mount, and he before them, and he said unto them, follow after me, for Yahweh by Shem Yahushai have delivered your enemies, and your enemies, the Moabites, into your hands, Slakia. And they went down after him and took the fords of Jordan toward Moab, and suffered not a man to pass over, man. So they surrounded them, man. So they couldn't go through. The Moabites couldn't go through, man. And they slew Moab at that time about 10,000 men. So the children of Israel slaughtered 10,000 Moabites, man, at that time, man. Because the Lord gave them into the hands of the children of Israel, man. All lusty and all men of valor, and there escaped not a man. See that? We slaughtered them at that time, man. 10,000 men, man, and none of them escaped. So Moab was subdued that day under the hand of Israel, and the land had rest 80 years, man. So the Lord gave the Moabites into our hands, man. We put them to death, man. 10,000 of them, man. And they've always been on us, man. They've always been on us, man. And they're going back under us. Because like at the end of that video, he was saying that they was going to attack a Babylon the Great, and they're going to rule out the no, man. The children of Israel are next, man. We have the next rulership, man. And that's going to be forever. This is Numbers 22, and I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, and the children of Israel set forth and pitched in the plains of Moab on this side of Jordan by Jericho. And Balak, the son of Zippor, saw all that the Israel had done to the Amorites. And Moab was so afraid of the people because they were many, and Moab was distressed because of the children of Israel. See that? They've always been on us, man. They feared us. And we're going back to the ancient way, man. All the nations are going to fear us, man. And Moab said unto the elders of Midian, now shall this company lick up all that are around about us, as the ox licketh up the grass of the field. And Balak, the son of Zippor, was king of the Moabites at that time. So we ruled over them, man. And they didn't have we didn't give them no mercy, man. Let's get this in another translation just to bring it up, make it a little clearer. New Living Translation. It says, the king of Moab said to the elders of Midian, this mob will devour everything in sight, like an ox devours grass in the field. So Balak, the king of Balak, Salakia, so is the king of Moab. Balak, king of Moab. Sorry, Salakia. We're going to get through it, man. Y'all just bear with me, man. These names kind of have your tongue tied, man. Tongue twisted. And this is Good News Translation. It says, the Moabites said to the leaders of the Midianites, so horde will soon destroy everything around us, like a bull eating the grass in the pasture. So King Balak. So we was ruling over them, man. We was putting them to death, man, and they never, man, got ahead of us over there, man. In this time, you know what I'm saying? I'm just speaking all in the history of the word, you know what I'm saying? I'm just speaking at the times that Moab was under us, man. They didn't get above us, man. And we're going back over them. And I'm just getting a point because that's how these Moabites really think. They think they're gonna be the next rulers, man. But their rulership is not going to be at this time. They already had their time to rule, man. And they ruled with Esau. Esau helped build them up, man. And now they going down, man, with Esau, man, because the Lord is going to use them to bring down the Edomites, man. We're going to get that. This is Jeremiah 48, and I'm going to start at verse 1. As you see, it says judgment on Moab, man. So the Moabites are not going into rulership, man. It says, against Moab, thus Yahweh by Shem Yahushai of hosts, the power of Israel, woe unto Nebo, for it is spoiled. Shaham. I mean, I had to definitely get that.
Kiriatham.
Kiratham is confounded and taken. Mishgab is confounded and dismayed. There shall be no more praise of Moab. See that? They're going down, man. The Lord is going to judge them as well, man, just with the Edomites, man. And in Hushbun, they have devised evil against it. Come and let us cut it off from being a nation. Also, thou shalt be cut down, O madman. The sword shall pursue thee. And that's what's coming to Moab, man. It says, a voice of crying shall be from Hebron, spoiling and great destruction. Moab is destroyed. Her little ones have caused a cry to be heard, man. So we're going to put them down, man. The Moabites are going into captivity as well, man. But the only thing is that after that 1,000 years, they're going to be able to rule their lands again. But Esau is going to be utterly wasted, man. Esau is going to be utterly wasted, but Moab is going to be able to rule his lands again, man. And he's going to have to pay. He's going to have to pay tribute to the children of Israel, man. This is dropping down to verse 7. It says, "For because thou hast trusted in thy works and in thy treasures, thou shalt also be taken, and Chemosh. And I pull that God up, man. Make sure I pronounce these words, boy. Whew.
Kamosh.
Kamosh.
Cam.
Kamosh. Ancient West Semitic deity referred by the Moabites as their supreme god. See, and it just basically goes and it says a little known about them. See, and also the Moabites are Shemitic, man. Ammonites are Shemitic, man. They're not Japhet, man. I had a guy on my comment board saying they're Japhet. No, man, they're Semitic, man. Their father is Lot. So they're Shemitic, man. And I'm gonna get his name one more time, man.
Kamosh.
Kamosh. And he's no different than who they worship now. He was a supreme god. Let's get that in the blue letter. Kamosh. Kamosh means subduer. The national deity of the Moabites. And that's what and a god of the Ammonites. And they worship Buddha to this very day, man. And this is where it goes back into what they worship. He says also identified with Bel Peor and Beelzebub, Mars and Saturn. So it's Satan, man. Their god is Satan as well as Esau's is, man. Worship of this god was introduced into Jerusalem by Solomon. Since Solomon had many wives, and he let them erect a deity, which is no different from Buddha, man. Which Buddha goes back to Satan, man. Same exact god, man. And then you drop down to the Strong's definition, and it says, using Russo powerful Chemosh, the god of the Moabites. And that goes to show you that the Lord is not for everyone. The Lord didn't come for everyone, man. Yahweh Shai did not come for everyone, man. He separated all the nations and he gave them gods, man. It's verse 7 again. It says, "For because thou hast trusted in thy works and in thy treasures, thou shalt also be taken, and Chemosh shall go forth into captivity with his priests and his princes together." See that? So they're gonna be taking all the shit they worship over in China and in Japan. Their gods are going into captivity as well, man. So they're basically just they're gonna be destroyed, man. "And the spoiler shall come upon every city, and no city shall escape. And the valley also shall perish, and the plain shall be destroyed, as Yahweh Shem Yahushua has spoken." So basically, it's talking about that in the ancient world, but it relates to now, man, because they're going into captivity as well. Everything they have over in that land is going to be destroyed as well, man, and they're going into slavery as well. 9, it says, "Give wings unto Moab, that it may flee and get away. For the cities thereof shall be desolate, without any to dwell therein, man. So their lands are going to be destroyed, man, with these missiles as well, man. They're not going to be able to flee from the destruction of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Verse 10, it says, cursed be he that doeth the work of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua deceitfully, man. So what they did, they put a Bible and took the words away and rewrote the Bible. So they're doing the work of the Lord deceitfully, man. They taking the word of the Lord and using it against his people, man. Like I said, a lot of them are heathen, but there's also Israelites scattered among all the nations, man. So it says, cursed be he that doeth the work of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua deceitfully, and cursed be he that keepeth back his sword from blood. And that goes into you Israelites, man. So if you're not doing the work, man, you're holding back your sword from blood, man. You should be on the highways and byways prophesying the downfall of Babylon the Great, man. You should be making lessons, man. What little knowledge you know, just bring it out, man. Shit, just keep bringing out the same damn scriptures if you have to. This is not a prideful thing. This is not a boastful thing. I know more than him. He know more than me. He do it better than me. It's not that way, man. This is our history, man. This is our heritage, man. And everybody ain't gonna be just a great scholar in this truth, man. But you do the work of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua to the best of your ability. Because you don't want to be the one held back his sword from blood. Verse 11, it says, Moab have been at ease from his youth. See that? They haven't been in no fights and shit. They haven't been touched by any other nation. You know what I'm saying? Back, you know what I'm saying, when the time of I think it was when Esau went over the land, and you know what I'm saying, they did a little had a skirmish, I would say, over the land of China. But for the most part, man, they haven't been touched, man. They've been at ease, man. The only thing they've been doing is building up themselves to fight against Esau in the end, man. It's verse 11 again. It says, Moab have been at ease from his youth, and he has settled on his lees. See, he has been able to sit back and just do what the hell he wanted to do, man. Nobody bothered him. Nobody touched him. Nobody went up against him. So they've been at ease, man. They've been settled on their lees, man. So what they believe in, what they want to do, they've been able to do that, man. And have not been emptied from vessel to vessel. Neither have he gone into captivity. So the Lord ain't even been dealing with them, man. But he's stirring them up down for this World War III, man, a battle of Armageddon. It says, therefore, his taste remain in him, and his scent is not changed. So they haven't changed their ways. They still have the same ways they had in the ancient world, man. And I'm not going to break down the whole Jeremiah 48, but I'm just going to hit a couple points, man. And then we're going to drop down and get some other scriptures. Verse 12, it says, therefore, behold, the days come, said Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, that I will send unto him wanderers that shall cause him to wander, and shall empty his vessel and break his bottle, and break their bottles. And that's the Edomites, man. The Lord is using Esau to stir up the Moabites to fight against Esau, man. And Moab shall be ashamed of Chemos, because this Chemos, I'll be pronouncing shit. I'm tired of being tongue twisted. Chemos. It says, and they're going to be ashamed of their God, man, in Buddha, because they're going to see that the Esau is going to stir them up, and they're going to be attacked in different parts of their land, man. So they're going to be ashamed of their God, man. Because the Lord is going to shake his hand over these Moabites, man. And Moab shall be ashamed of Chemosh, as the house of Israel was ashamed at Bethel, their confidence. See, just because we was ashamed and we was brung down, so was Moab, man. So the Lord told you, he says, Moab shall be ashamed of Chemosh, as the house of Israel was ashamed in Bethel, therefore of their confidence, man. So our confidence was taken down, man. So Moab's is going to be as well, man. How say ye, we are mighty and strong for the war? Moab is spoiled and gone up out of their cities, and his chosen young men are gone down to the slaughter, saith the king, whose name is Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Oh, see that? So the Lord is going to bring Moab down, man. They're not going to rule next. The calamity of Moab is near to come. We know that for a fact, man. Their calamity is near to come, man. Because Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is coming back to lay them down as well, man. 16, it says, the calamity of Moab is near to come, and his affliction hasteth fast. See that when Esau is brung down, Moab is going to be brung down right with him, man. Dropping down to verse 20, it says, Moab is confounded, for it is broken down. Howl and cry. Tell ye it in Aram that Moab is spoiled. See that? Moab is finna be brung down, man. Dropping down to verse 29, it says, we have heard the pride of Moab. See that? The Lord has heard the pride of Moab, man. Like I said, I ain't going to break down the whole thing, man. It's a heavy chapter. It goes all the way in on Moab. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to hit a couple points, man, just to bring out the Lord is against Moab, man. He says, we have heard the pride of Moab. He is exceeding proud, Salaki. He exceeding proud, his loftiness and his arrogancy and his pride and the haughtiness of his heart. So Moab is just as prideful as Esau, man. If not prideful, man. Not more proud than Esau, man. And I'll take that back, man, because nobody going to be prouder than Esau, man. But this man is just like him, man. 30 says, I know his wrath, saith Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, but it shall not be so. He lies, shall not be, shall not so affected. So he ain't going to be able to get out of this destruction, man. He's not going to be able to get out of this destruction, man. But like I said, it goes all the way in on Moab, man. Let me get one more. Drop it down to 40. It says, for thus said Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, behold, he shall fly as an eagle and shall spread his wings over Moab. Plain, man. 42, drop down 42. Like I said, the whole thing goes in the east, goes into Moab, man. But I just want to get points, man. It says, and Moab shall be destroyed from being a people because he have magnified himself against Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. So they're going to be destroyed as well as Esau, man. They're not going to be destroyed forever, but they're going to be brung down very low, man. Dropping down to verse 46, it says, woe be unto thee, O Moab, the people of Chemosh, perisheth, for thy sons are taken captives, and thy daughters captive. Yet will I bring again the captivity of Moab in the latter days, man. So the Lord is telling you, Moab is going into captivity, man. Moab is going into hardcore slavery with Esau. He says, yet will I bring again the captivity of Moab in the latter days. Thus say Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Thus far is the judgment of Moab. See that? They're going into slavery, man. They're going into slavery with Esau, man. And they are not no better than Esau, man. What, you know what I'm saying, that it says in that what they asked that guy that asked Siri when World 3 started, at the end of it, he said Moab is gonna rule. That's a damn lie, man. They're going into slavery with Esau. This is Ezekiel 25, and I'm gonna start at verse 8. It says, thus saith Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, behold, Aslakia. Let me slow down, I'm getting ahead of myself. Thus saith Yahweh Bashim Yahushua power, because that Moab and Seir did say, behold, the house of Judah is like unto all the heathen. See that? They treated us like heathen, man. Moab and Esau. They treated the children of Israel like heathen. Verse 9, it says, therefore, behold, I will open the side of Moab from his cities, which are on his frontiers. The glory of the country of Beth Jazmont, Balmo, and these names are, boy, tongue twisters. And if you know them, man, Kariatham, let's get all of them. Kariatham,
Beth Jeshimoth,
Jeshimah,
Bamian,
and Kirkazim, unto the men of the east with the Amorites, and will give them in possession, that the Amorites may not be remembered among the nations, and I will execute judgments upon Moab, and they shall know that I am Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. So Moab is going into captivity. The Amorites, the Ammonites are going in that captivity, and they're going to know that the Lord did this to them, man. They're going to cast away their God because they're going to see that He has no power. And as you go in these heathens' houses, man, like I said, I do a lot of service work, man. I go in these heathen houses, man. You will be surprised, man. I'll say you won't be surprised, man. But they got a lot of deities when you walk in the front door, man. So I imagine what they do when they walk in the front door. They sit and worship their God at the front door because a lot of them want you to take your shoes off. Probably not a lot of those, you know what I'm saying, modern ones that have been in Babylon too long, but the ones that comes from straight from those their nation, they have these deities right in their house, man. And shit, and then our people have them in there as well, man. And they worship them gods as soon as they walk in their house. They take their shoes off and bow to them, man. This is Isaiah 25. I want to get 25. That's Isaiah 25, and I'm going to just start at verse 7. He says, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people. See that the Lord is going to destroy the face of the covering cast over all the people, man. He's going to prop his people back up on the level that we was in the ancient world, man. And they're going to know the gods that they worship are nothing, man. So the Lord is going to destroy the mountains of the faces of the covering cast, man. So all those nations that have the Israelites in it that might look like the heathens, He's going to destroy their covering cast, man. They're going to know that they're from the children of Israel, man. He says, and the veil that is spread over all the nations, man. So we're going to go back. The people are going to go back to know that we are the children of Israel, man. You blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans. And like I said, these other nations that have our people in them, they're going to go back to knowing that they are the Israelites, man. They're going to go back to knowing that the Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah, man. See, the Lord is going to destroy the face of the covering cast, man. Their gods that they worship, they're going to be destroyed, man. They're going to be taken out of the earth. They're not going to be able to worship those gods anymore. He says, verse 8, he says, he will swallow up death in victory, and Yahweh Bashem Yahushua will wipe away all slaughter. He will wipe away tears from off all faces, and the rebuke of his people shall he take away from off all the earth. See that? I just explained it to the T. For Yahweh Bashem Yahushua have spoken it, man. So this is going to be done, man. We're not going to be the laughing stock, man. Just like the Moabites and Esau laughed at us, man. They treated us like the heathen, man. Verse 9, it says, and it shall be said in that day, lo, this is our power. We have waited for him, and he will save us. This is Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. We have waited for him. He will be glad and rejoice in it. We will be glad and rejoice in his salvation. For in this mountain shall the hand of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua rest. See? You children of Israel, man. You blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans, man. He is our God, man. He is the creator of everything, man. The nations have deities, man. There are no gods. 10, it says, for in this mountain shall the hand of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua rest, and Moab shall be trodden down under him, even as the straw is trodden down for the dunghill. See that? Esau is going to be taken down. Moab is going to be taken down. Ammon is going to be taken down, man. All these heathen nations are going to be taken down, and the Lord is going to lift the children of Israel back up, man. And this goes to show you that this is when the Lord returns, man. He says, for in this mountain shall the hand of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua rest. He's talking about the children of Israel, man, because he's saying we're going to rejoice and be glad in his salvation. He's going to save us. And in the same sentence, man, it tells you Moab shall be trodden down under him. So Esau, Moab, all these nations are going to be trodden down under the Lord, man. There's not going to be a Moab a rulership after Esau's rulership, man. It's not going to be a Moab kingdom, man. They're going to be trodden down just as well as the Edomites are, man. And I think the GOCC was teaching that at one time. I don't know if they're still teaching it. That that the next rulership was going to be the Moabites. No, man. This is Amos 2, and I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, "Thus said Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, for 3 transgressions of Moab, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishments thereof." See that? Moab is going to be punished just as well as the Edomites is, man. He says, because he burned the bones of the king of Edom into lime. See? So Moab, the Lord is going to use Moab to bring down Esau, man. With those thermonuclear missiles. Moab is going to shoot those missiles over here just as well as Russia is, man. And they are Edomites as well, man. Verse 2, it says, "But I will send a fire upon Moab, and it shall devour the palaces of Kirthon. And Moab shall die with tumult, with shouting, and with a sound of a trumpet," man. "And I will cut off the judge from the midst thereof, and I will slay all the princes thereof with him," saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So the Lord is going to use the Edomites to shoot on Moab, the Philippines, all those nations to shoot on Moab as well, man. But those places are not going to be utterly wasted, man. But Babylon the Great is going to be the only nation that's utterly wasted. These other places are going to get hit by missiles. You best believe that. But America, Babylon the Great is never going to be inhabited again, man. This place is going to be wiped off the map. And he's going to use Moab to do it, and then he's going to turn around and judge Moab, man. And this is a beautiful thing, man, that we know this truth, man. We know what the Lord is going to do, man, in these last days, man. This is Psalms 108, and I'm going to start at verse 9. It says, "Moab is my washpot over Edom." See that? The Lord is going to use Moab to destroy Edom, man. "Moab is my washpot over Edom. Will I cast out my shoe over the Philistina? Will I triumph? Who will bring me into the strong city? Who will lead me into Edom?" So the Lord is telling you, man, the Moab is going to come on Edom, man. And as you heard the video, it said that they're going to attack America from the East Coast and the West Coast, man. And this is Siri he asked that to, man. So how the hell they know, man? This is Psalm 60, and the same thing. Verse 8, it says, "Moab is my washpot over Edom. Will I cast out my shoe? Philistina, triumph thou because of me. Who will bring me into the strong city? Who will lead me into Edom? Wilt not thou, O power, which hadst cast us off, and thou, O power, which did us not go out with our armies, give us help from trouble, for vain is the help of man." See that? They're not going to be able to escape the judgment of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. "Through power shall we do valiantly, for it is that shall tread down our enemies," man. So we just got to wait on Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. He's going to tread down our enemies, man. But he's going to use Moab to lead him to Edom, man. Because the Lord is going to fight. All the nations are going to fight against Yahweh Hashem Yahushua when he returns. I just got a couple more. I didn't want to make it too long, but I know I done went over my time I wanted to go to. I just got one more. I got one more. We'll end it. This is Isaiah 16. I'll just start at verse 6. It says, "We have heard the pride of Moab. He is very proud." See that? That man is very proud. He's as proud as Esau, man. "Even his haughtiness and his pride and his wrath. But his lies shall not be so." See, he's going to be destroyed, man. "Therefore shall Moab howl for Moab. See, his people going to howl for him, man, because the destruction is coming over there as well, man. Everyone shall howl for the foundation of Curseth shall ye mourn. Surely they are stricken. So the Lord is going to stricken them people, man. Let me get this in a blue letter because I want to know what Cursed is. That a land over in Moab, in China? Let me get to it. Let's see how you pronounce it.
Strong's H 7025. Kirith.
Kirith. So that was way off. Wall, a poster, one of the two strongholds of Ammon. Of Moab. So it's a land over there, man. Where he dwells at, a place in Moab. See, it's a place, man. It's a town. So they're gonna receive those missiles as well, man. But like I said, they're not gonna be utterly wasted like Babylon the Great. He says, therefore shall Moab howl for Moab, everyone shall howl for the foundation of Curseth shall ye mourn. Surely they are stricken, man. So they're going to get hit with those missiles as well, man. And dropping down to verse 11, it says, wherefore my bow shall sound like an harp for Moab, and mine inward parts for Curseth. And it shall come to pass when it is seen that Moab is weary on the high place, that he shall come to his sanctuary to pray, but he shall not prevail. See that they're going to be fighting, and they're going to go pray to their God, and they're not going to prevail, man, because the Lord is going to put them underfoot, man. Verse 13 it says, "This is the word that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua have spoken concerning Moab since that time." See that? So since that time, man, the Lord has spoken it all the way to now, man. But now Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua have spoken, saying, within 3 years, as the years of a hireling, and the glory of Moab shall be contended with all the great multitude, and the remnant shall be very small and feeble. So the Lord is going to bring them down, man. They got a lot of people in their nation, man. They got, I think, a 1 billion man army, man. But they're going to be destroyed just as well as Esau, man. But I'm going to end it there, Lord willing. It was edifying. I know I had a lot of names I couldn't pronounce, but we got through it, man. Shalom. Shalom.